Okay, welcome back to another episode. In this week's video, I'm going to be making basically like a carbon fiber mask or a Kevlar mask. I'm still kind of debating back and forth, but it'll look something kind of like this, where I'm just going to print each section out in pieces. I was going to make it as one solid, but it was already going to give me problems. I was going to have way too much material, and quite frankly, I was already running low on the supply that I had, which is why I got, three different colors sitting here, as you can see. But these prints so far have come out actually really good for the most part, so I'll have minimal sanding to do. As you can see, this one actually looks really good. Actually, pretty good. Anyways, I'll start typically by, sanding each edge that was printed in a flat position on a nice fresh piece of sandpaper. That just allows me to make sure that there's no uneven surfaces. So when I go to glue these together, all the seam lines and everything match up really well. Um, but I might throw a little bit extra glue too inside of the pieces after I've kind of taped up the seam lines. Just extra rigidity. I do plan on making this into a mold. So this is I guess that would be the male part for the mold. And here's a little small sample in comparison to what I just did right now, which is this guy. So you can see all the seam lines are lined up. It looks good. It looks cool overall. But, I got to sand this thing down. And then once I sand it, I'll apply resin. When the resin cures, I'll scuff up the surface again, apply more resin, and I'll probably do it about 3 or 4 times until I feel like the whole entire surface has this perfect, releasing smoothness to it. I do plan on making a mold. As you can see right here, I added a flange around the whole entire thing. So when I go to vacuum bag all of the other material to make the mold, it'll actually capture that flange so that I can put it's like a seal tape around the perimeter and actually release it later on when I pull it under vacuum. And I just use miscellaneous stuff, shredded paper, resin will grab mostly anything and turn it rock solid afterwards. So I wasn't really worried about that. As you can see, this is kind of the removal part where this thing you'll see I had to kind of pull it out in pieces, but it fit in super nice. So hopefully the same concept will work here when it comes to pulling the part out. As you can already see, it worked. I pulled it out, but it did have some imperfections. And typically I go through and wipe down any impurities on the surface. If it did miss resin in some of the pockets, I'll go back and, mess with it. I'm kind of running a calibration test right now on one of the printers because usually when I make a lot of parts, I like to make sure the printer's up and running for whatever next project I got going on. I got this piece made not too long ago, and it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and I went through a whole entire vacuum infusion process that made this thing, I mean, it's about as strong as 1/4 inch steel, put it that way. So I'm pretty stoked with the results on that stuff. But pour some of this right up on top. So we'll just go through, just like any of the projects. Get the top. Like I said, I'm not going to be shy with this stuff. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Alright, so while that's doing what it's supposed to be doing, I know I'm going to drill out the eyes later on when I go to remove the actual material from there. So I'm not really tripping if there's any buildup over there. I just don't want it to be too much buildup to where it's affecting the overall eye socket area and kind of making it a little too thick than it needs to be. This is probably about the fourth, application of the epoxy resin. I just want to make sure that everything is, sealed really well and it cures correctly. Going back to the mold, so there's kind of a lot of these like black areas. I don't really recommend this. It was kind of fun, but it was a little wonky at the same time because I had to unclog it. But I took a blender and I put carbon fiber inside the blender and I blended it up, and that's kind of what this little black cotton, mixture inside the helmet is. It's really strong. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could probably drop this thing off of a building and it's not going to do anything. But, it did take extra time that I really didn't need, but it was kind of fun experimenting with it. But this is basically it. So it was one layer of fire retardant material. It was two layers of Kevlar, and then two layers of carbon fiber. So I think it came out pretty cool. It was definitely a challenge cutting the perimeter, but I look forward to messing with this project again. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.